Hello, I'm Elizabeth and I'm sitting on board Coric. We were asked a number of weeks ago to do a tour of the boat, so this is what this episode is about. Thank you very much for watching. We took a lot of time thinking about doing the 6 months trip, although didn't really think about how we were going to live in such a small confined space. I think the reason for its success has been down to having minimal items and knowing where each item is placed. I'm going to have a bit of anxiety when I go home because I've got used to it and I'm enjoying it. John seems to think I might take up with sleeping underneath the stairs. And this is where we've been living for the last 3.5 months. So I'm going to start with our sleeping quarters. So if you'd like to follow me. This is where we sleep when we're alongside or on a mooring buoy. When we're at anchor, we tend to sleep in the saloon as it's a lot easier to get out of if we need to. Wet locker for our fowlies and a small compact heads with sink, pull-out sink, which is adequate enough and deals with your daily ablutions. And then saloon area. So we've got the table rigged at the moment because we're alongside. Then when we go to sea, we put a board in that the table slots into, and it actually keeps everything more sturdy. And then we can put things along here, so if we are heeled over, we haven't got all of the pots and pans crashing out. John and I have 2 lockers each for our clothing. It really has been quite a pared down living, but being on quite a small boat, we've had to do that. And we've each got our book cases and also a glory hole underneath here if we need it. Coming up to the chart table, we have 2 drawers. These are all for our personal items like sunglasses, wallets, etc., boiled sweets. And this one is for the boat, so we've got the monocular and bits of rope and all the bits that you need. This bunk here is a bit of a mess, but this is where we store most of the items that aren't required on a daily basis. So you've got the solar panel in there, you have the cockpit tent and a bag of clothing and also the Timo. This is where our bin sits quite nicely. Well done, John, for getting that in Ullapool and chatting up the ice cream lady. And then here is a perfectly functioning galley. So we've got a fridge and a little storage area here. The essential tin full of chocolate biscuits for John. Plates. And down there is another storage unit, which we don't tend to use because it's such a pain to get the cutlery and plates out, bits and bobs. Nice gas cooker, it's okay, does the 2 of us. I mean, I'd prefer to have an Arga, but it would possibly unbalance the boat quite enormously. And then we store our food items behind here. I wasn't allowed to sneak any of my homey bits in, but I have managed to pick up a few shells as we've gone along to remind me of the places that we visited. We've managed to get on top of our garbage management because we are aware that when we go shopping we need to get rid of as much recyclable material as possible because you're not able to do that on the small islands that you visit. So I get rid of every bit of packaging I can. And also John managed to pick up an ice cream tub when he was in Ullapool, and anything that's left over, we're using that, which is lined with a bin liner, and that normally lasts us for about 5 to 6 days. The only thing that we don't take out of the packaging is fish and meat, because we've had the occasional problem with yogurts leaking in the fridge, and it's not very nice having yogurt flavoured, strawberry flavoured chicken in your curry. I've unpacked the food that we've just bought. It makes you realise how much packaging there is and not required. This is me at work in the galley, just doing a quick curry. We tend to keep everything very simple when we're cooking. So what we do is we keep everything to a minimum in terms of what we cook. It's a bit to save gas as well. Although the galley is small, it's fairly functioning. So we've got a great sink underneath here. Bit of a storage unit there. Cutlery, utensils, and under here we keep cleaning products, and we've got a fantastic stacking system that we use for cooking. So all of our pots are in this one stacking system, which is easy to store. When we're alongside, this is quite a handy little area to put our boots and shoes. It's also great for drying anything, so that bit there gets nice and warm.
Something that we had made for us at the same time as the spray hood was this tent arrangement. So it drapes straight over the boom. Once you've dropped the lazy jacks, do need to have either the topping lift, the boom topping lift, or the main halyard on the top there, and then it clips onto the backstay and then all the way around the guardrail. And that kept us very warm and dry at anchorage in the rain, and we have it on now in Malig, despite the fact that it's only threatening to rain, not actually raining.
So this has been our home, and I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Thank you very much for watching.